Hey, besties out there. It's us again, your favorite besties, Karan and Irene. And we are on here again to talk about what would the besties do? Here's another question that we received. How do you tell your bestie that sometimes they talk too much? Oop. They need to be quiet and listen more and not judge. Listen and not judge. And they can be too critical about things. What do you do? Irene, that was a whole lot. What would you do?
We listen and we don't judge. Yes. That was a lot. Yeah. I have some follow-up questions. I wish I knew who wrote it because I definitely have some follow-up questions about that. But just initially off reading that, like, Karan and I talked about this. It's like you've allowed this to go. Like, this has been the norm in your friendship. You just didn't like it. Mm-hmm. And I would say friendships, just like man-woman relationships, you kind of got to tell that person what you need and what you want, because they might not know. You could be the friend they feel like they can vent to, they can talk to, they can just release and be themselves, and they don't know that it's bothering you. Yeah. And so, again, our motto has always been, if the friendship is worth having, just have the conversation with that person, and just have the conversation with that person and tell them how you feel. Yeah. Because sometimes we receive, our love language is different, and believe it or not, Karan, we probably will do a podcast about this. Mm-hmm. Friendships have love languages. Yes. It's not just about men and women. Mm-hmm. If you want a successful, thriving friendship, understand that person's love language. Yeah. And obviously, she doesn't understand yours. Yeah. Because you want to tell her she talked too much. You want to tell her just to shut up so you can get a word in.
Exactly.
I don't know, friend. What you think?
Yeah.
Do I be talking too much? Girl, tell me, girl.
No. But you know what? I do think that when it comes to friendships, that trust should be there, and then also being able to correct one another. Mm-hmm. Correct one another in love. So if you feel like, man, I can't get a word in edgewise because you... Then it's like, say that, girl. Every time we talk, I start off and you jump in and you don't even let me say anything. Go ahead and just let them know you're saying it in love. Now, I would say have a scheduled conversation. Be intentional about that conversation. You don't want to be in the middle of something. It's like, girl, you talk too much. Now it's like, whoa, hold on, girl, what you talking about? So you want to make sure that you are intentional. Like, hey, I want to talk to you about something. I just noticed that when we're talking, you're doing all the talking. I'm not really able to say anything. And I don't like when you're always so critical, like every little thing, like you're critical, you're complaining, you're always talking about people, you're being judgmental. I don't like that. What can we change? Am I not seeing it the right way? I want you to be able to share with me. I want you to be able to let me know how you're feeling. But sometimes I feel that you're going just a little bit overboard. And if that's a real friend, they will accept that from you.
Right, that's true.
But again, don't do it in the heat of the moment. Like when you have reached like the brink, it's like that coffee, not the coffee, the teapot is spinning. You don't want it to be then. You want to make sure that you are intentional about having that conversation. I think that the other person will accept it.
Yeah. There's a TikTok where that happens, where someone's talking and someone butts in and they're like, shut up! We don't want you to have that moment where you're like, shut up!
Right.
And then I wonder, like, is that person really your best friend? Like, are they really? Because this is the thing, I want to hear what Karan has. I want to hear what she's saying. For me, I want to process, okay, where is she at? What do I need to be praying for? How can I talk to her? Because that's the only way I'm going to know where she is. Like, where is she?
Absolutely.
And the same for her, because I might be about to jump off a building and I need her to hear what I'm saying, or I might be silently crashing out, but your friend is able to say, I don't like the tone in your voice. You said something that I want to go back to that. So it's important to have friendships that's reciprocal. Yeah. And I would be curious to know, like, is that your best friend because of longevity? Is that really your best friend? Yeah. So for me, I do have a lot of follow-up questions that go along with that, but just off what you wrote,
Mm-hmm.
like Kiran said, she said it all. Just have that conversation and talk to them again. That person could think you're their venting friend.
Yeah.
They might not even know. So that's kind of my take on it.
Yeah, and I do, even with the venting, I do think it is a right and a wrong way. It's okay to let your hair down. You should have at least one person in your life where it's no holds barred. Like, girl, it's just about to just roll out. You don't even need nobody around. It's like, oh, my ear. No, you want to just be able to just. But then sometimes we can just go a little bit too far, and you need somebody that's gonna kind of reel you back in. So I do think that it is a right and a wrong, well, a good and a not good way to vent, if I can say it like that. It's a good and a not good way to vent. So it's okay to vent, but sometimes we need somebody to kind of reel us back in because we can tend to go too far, just depending on what that situation may be. But again, bestie out there, whoever wrote this, just have that conversation with your friend and just go ahead and just get it all out. Let her know, let him know exactly how you feel. Friend that's actually going to hear this, just receive her, receive him, hear them out, and then think about, okay, what can I do to kind of make this better without changing who you are, of course, but what can I do? What can we do to compromise in this relationship?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So anybody else out there? Y'all want to add on to this? Let us know down there in the comments below.
Bye.
Until next time, y'all. Bye.